which basically is, we need to be very mindful if you are on WebEx that we would ask that you not speak to each other, because then you're cutting out and everybody else, and they really can't hear what's going on. So if you would just mute your mics until you would be recognized, that would be something that we would request. And the only other thing was we wanted to come back and find out about videotaping. There were some other things that we looked at regarding trying to get our addresses out of our website so that we could use them for our own purposes aside from what the management is doing. And we wanted to kind of get your feeling on that, whether that would be something we would be interested so that we could use them for ourselves rather than just having people have to go out by Christine. The other thing was if we wanted to send out like emergency information on how we would go about doing that, whether it be phone numbers or texting or things like that, and just kind of getting a feeling on whether you'd be interested in for us to pursue those items.
Any comments or questions? Yes, one. So, Francine.
A question. Can anyone who takes a video post it on our website?
No.
Or, all right, so it's only like officially done.
Correct.
If the communications committee is charged with doing the video, that'll get posted.
Okay.
That's it. The way it stands out is the last time we voted, anybody that's doing any videotaping other outside, that's going public.
Okay.
The whole
But not on
point.
our website.
All right, so only things done by the
Sanctioned by us.
communications committee. Okay.
Correct. Correct. Yes, one.
Will the code of conduct govern the people that are on? Because I was told by a couple of homeowners that certain people were talking loud, there was music in the background, and just like you said, proper etiquette behavior and stuff like that. I mean, if this person continues to do this, then, can we block him? Should we charge him with a code of conduct? Because that was pretty bad. And there were some homeowners, they couldn't even hear what was going on at the meeting, but this person had background music and kept talking and so forth.
Well, if I
I'm just
may,
saying, what can we do about that?
well, I agree, and I think it's important that everybody understand, because obviously the person who is doing this never attended a WebEx meeting before.
Okay.
And they probably have no idea that if their mic is on and there's music, that would drown out the actual meeting. That's one of the reasons we have a mic up here, so that you can hear better.
So maybe we can follow up to make sure that this meeting ran better than the last.
Yeah, I would ask, is there, to our IT guys, and I don't know who is running the WebEx. Are you gentlemen running the WebEx? Okay. When you're running it, is there a way? I know when we first ran the WebEx on a test, there were some questions about whether we could cut off mics of those who were watching involuntarily. In other words, they can't control their mic. We just turn it off. Is that possible until a certain point in time in the meeting? To your knowledge? Or maybe John knows because you attend these meetings?
This is actually our WebEx account that you're using, so we use this all the time, and you can mute everybody automatically from this side. And then if somebody's going to actually be a monitor of the event, they can click raise my hand and have an opportunity to speak. That's the best way to control it. It's just going to require somebody to monitor the whole time, but if you have these guys doing that, we should be able to set it up.
Or you can write the question. Well,
Or you can write a question.
that was my hope, was to have it be watchable but not speakable when people have questions, was to chat or email questions, as opposed to having open discourse, because I am concerned about people that want to watch not being able to hear. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we were able to mute everybody, but they can again unmute it on their own. So we still don't know how to.
So it's essentially a toggle. It's not a. Maybe we can have some offline discussion with the First Services folks and figure out how to mute them until, or at least manually from our side, because that's a concern when people can't hear what's going
You can
on.
certainly make that much more manageable.
It's frustrating enough to watch it
If you
on.
can send us that information on how to manage this, that would be awesome.
That would be great. That'd be great.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Can I presently have a count of how many are signed in?
When I say last, it's 6.
What is 22 right now.
You said 22? Two.
Yep.
Two, TWO, two. Okay, now, my question, I suppose, if this is the trend, that you can go, and then only 2, 3, 4, I think last time we had nobody signed on.
Well, there was no link. I mean, keep in mind.
Yeah, that's the
There
next,
was no link.
that's the next part of the discussion, is the link and sending it out.
Yeah.
That's a problem that we're having every time, is that we're sending the link too close in time to the meeting. We need to send the link out earlier. And what I don't understand, and maybe I can get some learning from John or from you guys, is does the link, it changes every time? It's a different link?
It's usually a different link.
Okay. Is there any way to make the link the same? Or is that a security risk?
I think the best option, honestly, is going to be, if you all want to pursue this on a regular basis, is have somebody officially set up with your own account, and you can just monitor it and control it yourself, and just make it a normal process and send that link out each time. But I'm pretty sure that you get a new link every time, but I'm not positive.
Because we're getting the links. The link is being e-blasted to owners like the day of, and so what we need to figure out a way to get that organized, because people have become frustrated to the point where they're obviously not signing on.
Well, we can certainly get the link ahead of time for that, so that's not a question.
Okay.
I have two quick comments. Number 9 on communications top 10 is also on security top 10. So here's the order. Number 9 on communications top 10 is also one of the top 10 for security. So you can go through those with one style with that.
Okay.
Can you speak louder?
Number 9 on the list up there about still need method to send emergency information. What's that about?
You need a method. I don't want to speak for KS. I think you need a method in the event of an emergency. I don't know what that may be like.
A method for what?
Like
What are you talking
texting.
about?
Like texting, for example. You need a quick method to reach the homeowners in the event of an emergency, such as, I'm just going to throw out a crazy example. Some guy's shooting in the clubhouse.
Exactly, yeah.
Shoot that out so everyone's aware, so everyone avoids the hell out of the clubhouse. That's just something that both communities have in common. The other thing I want to make is with the WebEx is how much does that cost? Is that a one-time fee or is that an ongoing fee for WebEx?
It's free.
It's okay. So my comment for WebEx would be, if moving forward, and let's say we give it a timetable, 6 months. In 6 months, we're still getting 1 or 2 people on in a month. Why keep going through this hassle of setting this up and doing this? It's obviously not an attractive thing for the residents. Give it a chance. I think it's a good idea.
That's what we're doing.
People aren't going to use it after, say, 6 months and
Right.
stuff.
Now, look, my platform was transparency.
Sure.
You know, everybody gets to come to the meeting, whether they're here present or not. So I think your point is well taken, but I think we've got to continue to do it until we decide as a majority that it just doesn't make any sense. That we've had meetings where we've had more than 2 people on, but I think that access is an issue.
I completely agree, and I think that is so. Are we tracking that? Are we writing down each time how many people total wrong? Is that something I think we should do? And give it a time table, say 6 months. Let's give them a chance to get it out early, maybe keep the same length, and then give it a timetable because, like I said, this is going to be 5 or less, and it's just a waste of time.
I understand.
Okay. Considering the fact that the system is working well, if it's failing and people get fed up to try to log in, well, that's not a fair chance.
Well, that's part of the problem with the noise that I'm concerned about. If people are saying it's too loud and I can't hear anything, I'm not going to listen to somebody, listen to their Rolling Stones music or something while the meeting's going on. We can't have that.
Yeah.
You had some comments, and then I'll come back to you.
Go ahead, Roman.
Well, I was always under the impression that we were recording to put on the website, so that, say, like you said, you're out of town and you're up north in Massachusetts or something, and you want to see the meeting later, okay? I thought that these recordings were going to record it so that they could download it onto our website.
It's both.
Okay, so the recordings that we already have done are going into our website?
Anything that's sanctioned by us is, as I understand, is available on the website for later viewing.
Okay.
In addition to live viewing. And I think,
I
I don't know if there's a way to track that or not.
I hadn't seen it, I'm
How
sorry.
do we get the link for our recording?
Okay, so
It's coming from our IT department. I guess you get it from Mary Sean.
Maybe.
So,
Okay.
We have not gotten that yet.
well, for this,
like the last meeting.
Oh, for the recording.
Yeah,
Oh, you're talking about the recording?
I'm talking about the WebEx recording.
Oh, the
Recordings
recording.
that are, these are actually being recorded through the WebEx. I know you're doing
Yes.
video cameras, but
I think we need to
That was
have,
my question. Is it being recorded and uploaded?
And I make a comment? Oh, make a comment?
Yeah,
It's
sure.
just something that I think you were probably about to say.
Yeah.
Communication,
Correct.
communicate with you guys. and
we
figure out what-
need that. We need that really bad to like make sure that the communications committee has a great understanding of what the capabilities are. Come back to us and just give us a report next month
Got it.
with whatever we can. And if there's anything that needs to be done before next month so that we can enhance what we're making available, let me know and we'll do it. Last comment, yeah, Brian.
I was gonna ask, if it's not something we can simplify and make, put on our website, in a centralized location, therefore you're not worried about whether or not we've got our email addresses, whether people have to sit through each time.
Come to the communications
It's
committee
on the website.
or email the communications
The
committee
link is-
Yes.
for information. Quick, need it, yes. Quick.
Whatever has been uploaded is on the website right now. In terms of number 9 on here, the website, the web software has a feature called AlertCast, which will do all this emergency stuff. Our current website, which is provided by First Services, has a lot of features that just simply have not been explored yet because it needs people to explore them and implement them, but they are there.
Great.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Excellent, thank you. Okay, let's go to the security committee report. Eric?
Quite a few things. Suzanne, that was Jennifer that was mentioned? Okay. Jennifer, somehow, I think she met me the day of the election, and somehow there's communication error. She's been on the security committee, she just hasn't attended any meetings, but I'm sure she will attend moving forward.
Yeah, she's supposed to get an email.
So she'll attend moving forward. Sounds like she has valuable knowledge, something like that.
Great.
There is some issues with the minutes that were done on the committee, and I guess a long story short, there was a few people had issues with the way the minutes were handled, and they're not correct. The issues that were brought up are being addressed, and the co-chair is making those changes, so that'll be emailed back out to everybody in the security committee, so that's legal. At the last meeting, we held a vote to see who would be the new co-chair as the previous co-chair resigned, and Matt Malone won the vote, so he's the new co-chair. Some things that we're working on that I mentioned before is that we're looking into the cost of sealing the gate on Pioneer Road by the bus stop, and we voted on that, and we all want that sealed if it's permitted. So we asked that either Dan or Christine maybe talk to the attorney and see if that's a code violation, if we all are allowed to seal that, to not permit people walking to and from. So apparently it's an issue of people using that to come use our development that maybe shouldn't be in our development.
So the issue is, can it be locked?
Can it be secure?
Meaning-
Can it be sealed? So people
Like
can't-
permanently?
and then maybe put a hedge in front of it, Mike, or something like that, to make it look tight.
Okay.
If that's,
Once we get to the answer on that, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. that's-
the second,
Can I ask a question about that? You know, the only question I have about that is, you know, all the kids that live there, the bus is gonna let them out there, so now what we're doing is instead of allowing them to get into our neighborhood, because that's what the gate is, we're now forcing them to go back out on the street, come walk back down, outside the gate, outside the community, and how are they gonna get in by where the cars come in? Huh?
this is one of those situations that, and the committee looked at it, we all voted yes. This is one of those issues that you're gonna weigh pros and cons. Yeah, it eliminates the shortcut to get, it eliminates the shortcut to get to that development, which I agree completely. But there's also, has been seen people that are using that to go in and out, that shouldn't.
Well, how about if it's
So,
blocked?
well, that's what I was gonna say, is that if you just seal it up together, because it's not very high, anyway. If you seal that up, and they have the proper access, they can still use the back leads to come in and out of the development. You're talking about a difference of a 5-minute walk The other things we looked at are soliciting bids and ideas to combat the tailgating issue at Pioneer Gate, possibly trap system. Suzanne, one of the members, is looking into that, acquiring bids and seeing what options we have. So is Matt. We voted yes for that. Soliciting bids to switch from the old clickers, which we have, like, you can push the button, they come in and out, to switching possibly over to a stick or a barcode system. We voted yes for that, and Suzanne is looking into that, acquiring bids, seeing what the cost factor would be for that, or if we could use our current system as well. Matt is looking into that as well. We had somebody mention an idea for moving cars, doesn't matter, we're voted against, we're not going to do it. Other issues we looked at in the past, just so everyone's aware, the security company now attends every security committee meeting. The owner of the Human Windows Association, they're going to send somebody every time. So I think that's a really good idea to have in there, because we can squash so many bugs with, immediately, as opposed to emailing, calling, going back and forth. So they're going to attend every meeting moving forward. One of the issues we had with regard to letting vendors in or guests without calling, and we spoke to them about that. And he's going to talk to his employees and figure out a training method to get them on board with what we want. Now, something that was brought up, Christine emailed me. If a mail company such as UPS or DSL wants to come in and they have 7 deliveries, in my opinion, that is a waste of time to contact each one of those people. It doesn't even create a long line. Let them in and just delivering the mail. Now, however, if a Chinese food company or Sal's or something wants to come up and they have more than one delivery, we're asking them to ask them, how many deliveries do you have, what addresses, so they can contact those people so that they're aware the food's coming, some guy's coming to their house. But for mail, and I didn't bring this up to the security committee, we'll bring it up next time, but I told Christine for the meantime, she needed an answer. Let the mail companies in, don't call these persons who create a line. They might have 13 deliveries, 25 deliveries, so they forever check each one.
Some of the people may not be home.
Correct.
But if
They're not
they're waiting
home,
for food, they're gonna be home.
Exactly.
Okay.
The other issue that we had with the security company is that their guards were parking in the guardhouse. He's addressed that, they're no longer parking there, they're parking when they're supposed to park. This is a sort of big issue that a lot of people have issues with, the rovers. Right now, the rovers secure our development from 6 p.m. to 3 a.m. And there's a lot of cars starting from 2 a.m. on that are parked illegally, that need to be parked in driveways, that aren't allowed to park there every morning. So as of right now, we voted for this, and the majority voted yes. We're proposing to extend those hours by 3 hours a day, as of right now. So it's $15 an hour, times 3 hours per day, it's $45 a day, obviously, times 365 days a year, that's $16,425. That.
So, but the rover gets $20 an hour. The rover gets
$20 an hour, not 15.
The guard in the front gets $14.75.
So we just need to look at that.
$14.75 for the main guardhouse and $20 for the rover
Yes,
per hour.
yes.
Lewis told me 20, so I can clarify that with him. Well, okay, so anyway, we still voted on that, and we voted majority yes. So as of right now, the rover circulates our development between 6 p.m. and 3 a.m. We're talking about extending those hours by 3 hours a day. So instead of being 6 to 3, it's going to be 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. That gives them 2 additional hours at the end to secure the development, as well as look for cars and other necessary things that are going on that shouldn't be going on. If what you guys just said is accurate, then instead of it being $16,425, I haven't done the math, but it's going to be $60 times 365. It's whatever that equates to.
It's about 22 pounds.
Yeah, I was about to say 21 change, I think it's a lot higher. But
What was the thinking about going back to 5 p.m. from 6 p.m.?
it gives you an additional hour before the sun goes down, so that he can get in here and start circulating the development, as well as the biggest difference is the hours after 3 a.m. Most things are going to happen